Okay, so today we looked at the concept of trophic levels. So a higher order trophic level will eat the trophic level before it. So for example, if you are on trophic level number 2, you eat the organisms on trophic level number 1. We've got a few different types of organisms. We've got autotrophs that make their own food, okay, which are producers, and then we've got heterotrophs that eat other things. So this are our carnivores, our herbivores, our omnivores. So long as you eat something else, you're called a heterotroph because you're not making your own energy, okay? You've got herbivores that eat only plants, carnivores that eat only other organisms, and then you've got omnivores that eat both plants and other organisms. And by other organisms, I mean like other animals, so not just producers. We also then looked at food chains. So food chain, the cons are that it's very simplistic. It doesn't show heat loss. We looked at food webs that, I mean, they're more complex. They still don't show heat loss or energy loss to the environment, and they can be so complex that they're like really confusing. We've got food pyramids, okay, and we've got 3 different types of those. We've got number, biomass, and energy. Okay, numbers pyramid shows the number of a particular population that's there, and these can sometimes look like a pyramid, but sometimes they don't necessarily look like a pyramid, so keep that in mind. The next time with biomass, that's looking at the amount of dry mass at each level. These tend to look more like a pyramid, okay? And the reason why we use the dry mass again is because water does not have any energy in it. It can't store any energy, so it's the other stuff that does. The third one is an energy pyramid. And remember, only 10% of the energy goes up to the next level, and only 1% of the light's total energy is captured by producers. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Then we talked about the laws of thermodynamics. So one, that energy is not created or destroyed, it only changes forms. So this is how we get our energy from the things that we eat, is by the different forms that it changes. And then secondly, that some energy is always lost as heat. So this is where that's very important to show that some energy is lost at each trophic level. Then we went and we looked at biomagnification. So this is that pollutants or potential poisons at low concentrations, low in the food chain, become higher concentrations higher up in the food chain, because the top order consumers are eating a lot of the lower level consumers. So, you know, as a human, I may eat 10 cows, but those 10 cows have eaten, you know, several million blades of grass. So if those blades of grass have a poison in them, the cows have a higher concentration because of the sheer amount of grass that they've eaten, and then I have an even higher amount because of the sheer amount of cows that I've eaten. So biomagnification becomes something that we need to all think about, and that's exactly why sometimes it's you get limited the amount of fish you can eat or that sort of thing safely out of a particular lake or stream is generally due to biomagnification. So there we go. There's your review here for lesson 21.